Hi everybody, good afternoon. Kipo's back. Kipo is back. Season 2. I was really excited and I was like, okay, it's gonna be good. I'm hyped. Season 1 was like my favorite new thing of 2020 so far. And it would be my favorite if the Steven Universe finale wasn't also there. Like, it's so close, but it's amazing, it's fantastic, and I thought, this is gonna be good. I'm excited. I was not quite prepared for how blown away I was by episode 1, Paw of the Jaguar. Wow. Wow. I cried 3 different times, which doesn't sound like a lot, like it's 3 times, whatever. But you have to remember, this is like a 20-minute show, and I cried at 3 separate instances. This is amazing, and I cannot wait to go on this journey with you guys. So let's go. If you guys thought I was hyped about the Hollow, oh my goodness, wait until you hear me talk about this. Kipo, Season 2, Episode 1, Paw of the Jaguar. So we open up on the ending scene of Season 1, and I thought it was a fun, like, kind of reversal of expectations when it's like, the music's swelling up, and she's like, let's go, and then, like, the flamingo's like, nah, and it's like, ah. So that was a funny way of subverting our expectations, and then later on they do a heartbreaking way of subverting our expectations, which I'll get to in a second. It definitely felt like a Season 2 right from the get-go, because, like, they're about to go, like, the main quest, the main cast is, like, about to go on their adventure, and then, like, the new people are like, what do we do? It's like, it just felt like, oof, new, it feels like the same show, but it definitely feels like it leveled up in a kind of way. And then, it also felt like this episode was kind of a lap around Season 1, where they were like, okay, we had the Timbercat, so that's like episode 3. We had like the flea Pierre, which is like episode 10. We had the amusement park, episode 6. It felt like they kind of were like, let's like grab a little bit of this and show the entire world. So it felt less like episodic, and it definitely feels more like it is a living, breathing world. I'm just so excited. We had episode 4 when she was singing "What We Have Is You" to the Mega Mute. Oh my goodness, it's so good. That scene was the first scene in which I cried at, and I was like, wow, she's doing the same thing as she did in Season 1, but it's way more hectic. It's actually, like, fighting back, and then it feels even more hopeful than it did in Season 1, because, like, at the end, she, like, breaks the thing off of it, and it's showing, like, hey, look, her mute powers are good, this is a good thing that she should embrace, and then she does embrace it at the end, and she's like, this power, that's awesome, Dad, what are you talking about? Teach me how to use this power. I'm trying to, like, remember what I was talking about, because I'm just so excited about this episode. There are so many things I want to talk about. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. Okay, so, back at the beginning, I think. I don't even know. Let's just talk about Benson and Troy. This show's, like, just like, okay, let's just actually do this thing. Instead of hinting at it for so long, let's do, and it's not even like subtle hints, like they're like on top of each other and blushing and then like talking to each other and all giggly. It's like, oh my goodness. And I was like, okay, before this season I was like, are they going to kiss in Season 2? Probably not. Probably they're gonna hold off to Season 3, which is probably the last season, and then they're gonna kiss like nearish the end. And then in this episode, Troy gives Benson like a little peck on the cheek, and it's like, wow, the opening of this, the bold of them. I'm so proud of them. I squealed when that happened. I was in disbelief. I was like, wow, they did this in the opening portion of the season. It's exciting. It's so exciting. It doesn't feel like baity, but like anytime they're like, oh, it's like, oh, this is actually a thing that they're wanting to do and isn't like baiting us. Oh my goodness. There's just so many things to talk about in this episode. I feel like I have to rewatch it before I talk about it. But then another portion when I cried was when Wolf and Benson went to the Timbercats again, and then they like were like, hey, here's these people. They got Pierre, so you can trust them. Look at them, they're great. And then they're like, yeah, they're friends of Kipo. We would have let him in anyway. And it's like, wow, in Season 1, Kipo was like, they were like, get out of here, because you're bad, because you're not a mute. And then now it's like, yeah, we trust you, because you did a good thing. I'm like literally about to cry. It's so good. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. Please watch it. Don't sleep on this show. I know if you're watching this video, you've probably seen at least Season 1. Don't sleep on this show, you guys. Please don't. It's so good. good. But yeah, like they're like kind of selling themselves, and they're like, yeah, please. And then like even like Wolf was like against the out season 1, and now she's like the one talking to him. It's so good. Whoa. Excuse me. Cartoons, they just get to me. Whew. I can't even remember what I was talking about. The amusement park going down was sad because that's one of my highlights from season 1. It's just so cute and fun, and then it's a good episode. And then at the end, like they're like, "Can you please give us a rating? You don't have to like give us a good rating just because we're here. You can do whatever you want." And then like people were like, 10 out of 10. You guys are great. Smiley face. It's like, oh my god, that's what I would do. I love this cast so much. So it's so good. It's so good. At the end, my other reversal of expectations, which at the beginning I was like, that one's funny, the other one's sad, this one's sad. She finds her dad, episode 1 of season 2. At the end of season 1, that's kind of what they lead up. It's like, this is the big quest of season 2. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna find him at the end of season 2, naturally. And then we find him in episode 1, rescue him in episode 1, and it's like, wow, what? I can't believe they're doing this. What are they gonna do? And then he gets kidnapped again. After he's like, by the way, we infused you with like Megamute DNA, so like you kind of have things. And then she's like, oh yeah, that's awesome actually. That's amazing. And it's like, oh my goodness, that's, of course people are gonna be excited about having powers. Like, yeah. But then he gets kidnapped again, which I was surprised about because I was like, oh, they're just gonna rescue him and then that's good. We're gonna do something else for the season. But nope, it's just so much stuff happened in this episode. It was an amazing episode of Kipo. It's one of the best. It's so good. It's amazing. It's so good. Then my favorite scene at the end was when they find Kipo, Benson, Wolf, and Mondu, and Dave all get back together again. They meet up, original party, original cast, and then they're like, yo, what happened? What did you do? And then she's just sitting there crying because like I couldn't even save myself. I barely got out of there. It was like Dave who saved me. How am I supposed to like save everybody with my powers? And then they're like, well, remember in season 1, all these things that we didn't want to do because we were like, that's impossible. You can't talk to that giant monkey without fighting it. No way. And then you sang and then you helped it and then you like broke the collar off, which they didn't say because, you know, we didn't know about it. But still, another thing that I noticed before we get too sidetracked and before I cry, the little thing that she gave, the Megamute, like the little, I don't know, rubber band thing. There's a name. I sound like an idiot right now. It looks an awful lot like Scarlemagne's like bow that he has on the back of his head. And it was like kind of in the same way, and there is a shot that lingers of Scarlemagne with that, like right, it's the only thing kind of in focus, it's just his face and that thing in the back. Not to say that they're related in some way, but I do think that that's kind of what that implies, especially because at the beginning of the episode, Kipo asked Dave, do you think that one's kind of like different than the other, more special than the others? Do you think that? It's just like theories turning, theory time, which for a while I was like, is that her mom? Was her mom like a failed experiment, maybe? Did they both do it at the same time and hers failed instead of Kipo or something? But then at the end, it seems like that's kind of the other, like it seems like those were Jaguar people. Maybe it's because like of the discoloration because of their goggles, which I love those aesthetics. Like they look like little wolf people, like bird hawk things with the plague masks. Oh my goodness, character design, amazing. I'm excited. Maybe it's because of the mask, but it looked like their skin was purple. Maybe I just saw it and I was just too hyped about everything else to pay full attention, because trust me, I'm hyped. Anyway, let's go back to that other scene. She's crying and then they're like, you saved the Megamute. The Timbercats, we were just not gonna trust them or believe in them, but then you were the one who found Yummy and Hammerpaw and kind of saved them all again. You did Pierre, right? Like you did all of this stuff. I hated people and I didn't want to be a part of a team until now. I don't know. It's just so good. It's just so good. I'm so happy with how this episode was. It's so great. And in the ending, everything's on fire and destroyed, and it's sad. Then we got the new character. It almost feels like this could have been a season 1 finale. Like with how kind of, not necessarily recappy it was, but with how like much stuff from season 1 was just shown off. Like as I said earlier, the amusement park, the Megamute, kind of the more mystery. Like there's a character reveal at the end, so it feels It kind of has that feeling, and then it's like, we save the dad, yes, this is the climax of the season, and then he's kidnapped again, kind of a deal. But yeah, I'm super pumped for season 2. It's looking great. Looking like a quality season of TV, of Netflix. So I'm hyped. Can't wait to watch more. Yeah. More Kipo videos coming soon, because this show is so good. I was not having a good day. I was honestly having a bad day before this, but this episode was like, you're having a good day now, and I was like, thank you, Kipo. So, you know, that's how I'm going. Thumbs up. I'm probably going to, like, stop recording and then think, oh my goodness, I forgot to say this. So, yeah. I love this show. It's so good. It's so good. I cried a lot in a good way. It was just so hype. It's so good. So good, you guys. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Kipo, Season 2, Episode 2 review coming soon. See you guys then. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching. Also, please watch Kipo. Please do it. It's so good. It's so good. So good.